All right. Mr. Ross Field.
Order in the court.
It is Friday, December 5th, 3:13 p.m., the end of the work week special.
Yeah, dude. How you got a time? Why are you time stamping me, man? Oh, boss, if you're listening, I'm at work right now.
Okay.
Just cutting
that out.
It's all good.
We're coming out of Chico, California. My name is Derek Allsweed.
I am Ross Field. And I can be here right now for sure. Okay. All good. Just playing a joke on you.
You're watching the AC Sports Podcast. The biggest sports podcast north of Sacramento. We might actually be. I don't know what else exists out there north of Sacramento. Maybe I should look that up. But with our numbers, Ross.
Yeah, dude, we're number one globally.
Sometimes we do a little mini board meeting. I just want to start off before we get to anything. We're going to recap week 13. We're going to get into week 14. We've already had one week 14 game in the special Friday episode. We
what
get to
game it was,
analyze the important Thursday game from last night. Ross, we're at 54K this 28 days, but that's only like accounting for 3 weeks. I figured out how to get us about 20 a week, so we can get to 80 this 28 days. Okay? This is big.
Big.
We have 16 subscribers in the past 20 days. It's a 433% increase.
That's amazing. Are we over 100?
106.
Boom. Drop the mic.
Oh,
pew, 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 pew.
Champagne. Fuck. Next week. Once we cross 100K views in a 28-day period, we'll do champagne then. So anyways.
There's no football in the champagne room.
Remember that song? That Chris Rock song?
Of course I do. I'm glad you caught that. That's what I was alluding to. The work is mysterious and important.
It is. See if the fans can catch on to what reference that is. Speaking of Apple TV, that's a Severance reference. Speaking of Apple TV, Pluribus. Are you watching Pluribus?
No. Oh, my gosh. I think my brother was telling me about this show.
Brody, just watch the pilot.
Yeah. He
watch
said great things. I trust you.
Yeah. It's interesting. With so much TV out now in the world, it's genuinely this thing of like you get overwhelmed if you love TV like I do. I don't know if you're a big TV lover. Are you like a HBO kind of guy? Like you love like good TV?
Certain shows. Game of Thrones, I was all in on. Stranger Things has got me.
Okay.
I mean, I am a fan of the entertainment. I just have trouble sticking with it nowadays because there's so much going on in life.
So what I'm starting to realize, and I got the Butte Film Festival's tomorrow. I thought it was tonight, so I was like trying to cram. I just found out it doesn't sell till tomorrow, thank God, because it would have been a crazy cram. But I'm getting this thing where like just sitting down and watching a movie now, my brain is fucked. I'm like phone. It's like it's a genuine struggle to be like 2 hours pay attention.
True.
But what I'm starting to realize when a show like Pluribus comes out, because I want to watch all these good new shows. There's so many of them. And it's hard for them to grab my attention. I think a lot of people are dealing with this. That's actually a good thing. If the show doesn't grab your attention, it's not fucking good enough.
Yeah.
Like, when a show does, you're like, oh. And what it boils down to, not like anybody asked, Ross. We got to do a little 5-minute Living Director's intro.
Get in there.
Is that, wait, what does it boil down to? Oh, yeah. It's all about new concepts. That's what intrigues me. Probably a guy like you too. It's when you watch something, you're like, oh, I've never seen anything like this before, and it's making the wheels turn. That's good TV.
Which is so hard to come across now. I think part of the problem for me is that there's just so much to choose from, and it feels like I get so many texts from friends or family that are like, check this show out. You should watch this show. You should. And I'm still trying to catch up on that show that I thought I should have watched like 6 months ago. And it's just like, it's diluted now. I mean, it used to just be like you were checking out the new Simpson episode on Fox. And now there's like, it's gone from like HBO to now you've got the Apple TV, you've got the Hulu, you've got all these different avenues, which is a good thing. There's a lot to choose from, but it's hard to like hone in on one when there's 4 or 5 that you should be watching at that time. It's overwhelming.
2 responses to that. One, you're right. Having the weekly scheduled thing was just a different thing. It's like we know we can sit down. This is when we're supposed to watch something. And now that it's up to us, it's like, no, this is overwhelming. I got to make a schedule to watch this show or that show. There's that. But in terms of like catching up on shows, What's helped me a lot now, because I have to rewire my brain, like I said, just watch the pilot. That's the only responsibility. If you like it, if it makes you want to keep watching, you keep watching, and have a high standard on that, right? So I'm watching just a lot of pilots. Like I watch there's this Peacock show about missing kid or whatever.
There's another one, Peacock.
I watched the pilot. I liked it. I'm probably not going to keep watching it. Yeah. I'm glad I watched the pilot. Yeah. So yeah, it's okay just to watch the pilot. Is the remedy, I think, to getting overwhelmed about like catching up on shows and watching full seasons and stuff like that.
Good call. That's a good way to look at it. I like that approach. There is no better show out there than NFL RedZone.
Woo, $15 a month. That's the best deal in town, baby.
The greatest form of entertainment. That I have never watched something where so much time goes by and I just felt like it happened in a flash. It's like, 4 hours goes by and I'm just like, what? That was incredible.
Yeah.
It's like I can escape when I'm watching
6-7 hours.
Yeah, okay.
Yeah.
Yes, good point for the kids out there.
Last TV/sports topic before we get into some NFL details. It's a real thing now, people complaining about needing Amazon, needing Peacock, needing now the $30 ESPN to watch every game. Like, this applies to the NBA too.
Yeah.
How do you manage that? Do you pay for every subscription?
No, I just have Comcast. It's roped into my Wi-Fi. It's the package deal.
Oh, you're still a regular cable guy.
I'm a regular cable guy. And I have HBO, and I pay for the sports entertainment package, and I get RedZone, but that's really all I need. I have Netflix, so I watch Netflix, but I don't have Hulu. Okay. I don't have a Peacock subscription. I don't have Amazon Prime. I don't have all these other outlets that have all these great shows. So I miss out on that.
Can I call you Ross, the regular cable guy?
You could.
Title?
You could. I'm far from average, though. I'm far from normal. But
the exceptional cable guy.
I don't know about that. I wouldn't go to exceptional. Yeah.
Speaking of exceptional,
I do have an idea for an epic show, though.
Okay.
I think I might have talked about this last year a little bit, but I feel like we need it now more than ever.
Okay.
I want to know what NFL referees do to prepare for the season. I think a reality show of like 3 episodes, 4 episodes on HBO, done in like the Hard Knocks production
which
style.
They could easily do.
Yeah.
That's what they're set up to do.
Give me those cool drone shots. Give me what they do to like train physically, but give me like what they do to, what they're watching on each play. I want a breakdown of like what this judge is looking at, what that judge is looking at. I think it would be really fascinating and interesting because as a fan, we would get a lens into really what they see. And we talked about this recently. It's so fascinating that we have a rules analyst in the booth that like calls the penalty a good or a bad penalty, yet we don't radio down to the field to make the play correct or make the call correct at that time, which is so weird. It's such a billion-dollar industry that we can't get that right. It's fascinating. It does add some drama, though. I get that. But still, I think it's an area where we could improve from a fan perspective, and we could also improve from a league perspective and give us kind of a lens into like the whole thought process about how these guys prepare for the season, what goes into their training, the fact that they're not full-time employees. Maybe that's something the NFL should look at and should make happen. There's some storylines there, and I think you would have some feature capability to focus in on some characters, make it a bit of a reality TV show type format similar to Hard Knocks that I think, as long as it's not like 10 episodes, it's just a few episodes, could draw some viewers.
I think if you make it kind of like a Real Housewives of Beverly Hills element to get both happening, because high drama back home with the refs and their wives.
Oh shit, that's
let's
hilarious.
Get Peacock to work together with Bravo and make that happen. Not a bad idea at all. I would like to say rest in peace to, I apologize, I don't know his first name, but Carlton. He is a NFL referee from Chico.
No way. Oh, Don Carlson.
Is it Carl?
Yeah, Don
Carlson. I'm sorry.
Yeah, Chico State football player. I did a story with Don when I worked for the news. He worked a Super Bowl game. He was a sideline judge in one of the Super Bowls.
So incredible career as a ref. He passed away recently. His son is a great high school coach locally here as well. So
you're breaking some news to me. I've been thinking about him a little lately with all the stuff that's been going on with referees. Wow.
God, I always feel so like, like, am I disrespecting someone by mentioning something publicly? So I don't know.
No.
Okay. Anyway, sorry, I'm just thinking out loud. I'll edit around this, but just great. I remember he came and spoke to us in high school. Like, he's like the referee that came out of Chico, NFL referee. So.
Yeah, it's a fascinating story. Awesome. Like an NFL ref. He was a good ref too. He didn't make very many mistakes. Like, he was solid.
Yeah. Okay, so let's start out with the point differential power rankings after 13 weeks. Because we're doing a Friday episode, I threw in that Week 14 game that happened last night, Lions-Cowboys. Such a pivotal game.
Big game for those Lions. Damn, I was hoping they were going to lose. Wishful thinking.
Once we cover the AFC and NFC power rankings, talk about playoff scenarios on the back half of the pod, we will go over our Week 13 picks, our records for the whole season. We've covered 7 weeks now, and then we will do Week 14 picks with you. Okay, AFC. You ready? You ready, Ross?
Yes, sir.
I'm going to make some bold predictions off of these picks, and I want you to disagree with me if you can. We're also getting some quarterback rankings after this. Number 1 in the AFC, I still have the Colts, but it is very close now. The Colts had a huge margin all season. They're at an average of 9 a game. The Patriots are now 8.48, so they're right there. Patriots at 2. The Bills in that AFC East are the 3 seed in the AFC. So the AFC East is the most powerful conference in the AFC, having the top 2 of the top 3 teams. The Chiefs are still number 4. Broncos at 5, Texans 6, and Jaguars at 7. I'm going to make a case for the Chiefs to win the AFC West. It's still mathematically possible.
It could happen.
So we'll talk about that. 8, 9, and 10 are the Chargers, Ravens, and Steelers. We, of course, need an AFC North team in the playoffs. Ravens and Steelers sit at 9 and 10.
Big game this weekend.
Huge game. What that means is that, and this is the case in the NFC power rankings as well, that 7 seed theoretically would be bumped out. So my prediction right now.
We like predictions here.
The Colts. Now look, this Daniel Jones injury is a broken fractured tibia. It's insane.
Yeah.
You know, it's in my opinion why they lost last week. It skews any future predictions here, how Jones is going to play on this tibia.
They're also playing some good competition now, which they haven't really done all season yet. So they're getting tested.
Okay. Colts have to close out at basically like a 12-5, 13-4, just win out in order to have a chance at the 1 seed, like this list says. Patriots are 11-2. This implies that they need to lose some games here. Maybe go 1-4 down the stretch. I'm sorry, 1-3 down the stretch. They have a bye. Possible. But this 1 seed sure the hell is wide open. And I'm not super big on claiming the Colts are going to get the 1 seed because of the Jones injury. So the Patriots might back into that 1 seed, which is just crazy.
What about Denver?
Denver could too, but let me make this Chiefs-Denver case. Okay, so Chiefs with a gigantic Texans game this week, right?
Oof.
They got to win that. They got to win out, right? So they go 7-6, big win over the Texans. The Broncos played the Raiders. I'll give it to them. Broncos 11-2, Chiefs 7-6.
Yep.
If we go into the final games here for the Chiefs, after the Texans game, these are the 4 games they need to win. They need to beat the Chargers at home. That's in Week 15. In Week 16, they need to beat the Titans. Pretty easy win. 17 is that huge Broncos game at home. Okay? And then Week 18, the Chiefs go into the Raiders. So
they have 3 hard games.
They have to win the Broncos game, obviously, for this to work out. That's a nice full game caught up there. These are all winnable games. They got to win this big Texans game. Chargers, Herbert has a hand. Chargers are definitely beatable. So it's not crazy that the Chiefs go 5-0.
It's just really unlikely.
You think so?
Oh, yeah.
If they get past the Texans game's everything. If they get past the Texans game, Raiders, Titans, they have to win the Broncos game
Those
anyways.
two are very winnable.
And then the Chargers.
You're facing 3 tough opponents. The Chargers already beat them this year. Denver's going to be – where is that Denver game?
It is in Kansas City.
Kansas City, that helps.
Oh, wait. Yes, it is. So, yeah, I mean, of course, it's not easy, but this is just the path.
I mean,
right?
it's doable, but it's very unlikely.
The Broncos, on the other hand, they have like I said, the Raiders this week. I'll give them that, 11-2. Then they have to lose 4 in a row for the Chiefs to win. I'm assuming the Chiefs would have the tiebreaker because they'd be 1-1. So after the Raiders, the Broncos go to – where are they at? Where are my guys at? I'll pause here. Where are they? Oh, they host the Packers after that, so a very losable game. After the Packers, we have the Jaguars, losable game. Week 17 is that Chiefs game. And then the final game of the season is
Chargers.
The Chargers. Yeah, Chargers. So not an easy schedule.
No, not
for them. It's doable. I'm just going to go ahead and say it here on this podcast. The Chiefs are going to win the AFC West.
There's no way. Denver won't lose all those games.
Okay.
They'll win at least one of them.
But we look at Denver's performance against Washington. We look at Bo Nix's stats. We look at them being the Chiefs this season where they're just winning all the close games, right? Yeah. I think it's totally feasible that they fall off a cliff. And the confidence in them, kind of like with the Patriots, it's like we get overly confident. It's human nature.
Yeah.
11-2, 10-2.
Yeah.
Like actually,
yeah.
I don't know. So anyways, this is a bold claim I'm making here.
They didn't. It's like they weren't even trying against Washington, and they still won that game.
Oh my God, the guy just comes in here.
They did. They weren't.
Tries to make me furious.
No, I mean, give Washington credit. They played great. It was nice to see them play with some passion and enthusiasm at home. It was a good game, a nationally televised game. They got up for that.
Great game, yeah. Terry McLaurin ripped Surtain's booty hole. 7 for 96 and a tutty against the defensive player of the year.
I don't know if he was guarding him the whole time on all those plays. But, yeah, you'd have to go back and double-check that. Surtain just come fresh off an injury, getting back in the fold. May take
Same with McLaurin.
Yeah, true. More weapons for Washington. Think about what things could have been. I don't know. It's the thing about Denver is, in a way, they may not make as many splash plays as Houston, but their defense is so nasty, and that's why they have the record they have. I mean, you're just talking about Bo Nix doesn't do much. Their offense doesn't do much. Their defense is just so good, and now they just got even better with the defensive player of the year coming back into the fold. So, it's going to be tough for Jacksonville to defeat them. It's going to be tough for the Chargers to defeat them.
Green Bay?
Green Bay is probably going to give them something good. Green Bay's good.
I'm just saying, this is a tough sketch.
It is tough, but it's...
And the Chiefs at the fourth game.
I mean, I think it's a far-fetched prediction. That's all I'm saying.
Of course. I'm just trying to give a hot take here, and I'm...
Yeah, get in there.
Let's see if this clip is true.
That's okay. Yeah, dude, clip that. And then send it everywhere if it comes to fruition, bro, because that would be the ultimate prediction.
It's possible. And I think we also, we were talking about last week, kind of nailed this, and I don't even know if I posted it as a reel. I mentioned the Rams-Panthers maybe being like the crazy upset game of the year, right? Because the Panthers technically were the biggest upset against the Packers before that.
We had been talking about that, too. Like, when is the crazy upset?
Specifically said that game that it was going to be, or it could be.
Still could be the Titans over somebody too.
There's also the teams that go on a run or fall off a cliff the last month of the season that we just kind of always forget about. It happens, dude.
It does
every
happen.
Single year.
Yeah.
Maybe not every year, but it happens. And we'll talk about where this can happen in the NFC in my prediction.
Yeah, it could happen with the Niners.
I don't see that, but you're humble. You're a humble man. Ride that by this week.
We got a tough schedule. Outside of the Titans game.
So, Colts 1, Patriots 2, Chiefs 3. Ravens are going to barely beat out the Steelers, although I'm rooting for the Steelers, so Ravens 4. That puts the Bills at 5, the 5 seed. The Broncos at the 6 seed, this is my crazy prediction, and the Texans in at the 7 seed, meaning that the Jaguars and Chargers will not make the playoffs. That might be a big, bold take. We've been saying that all season. The Jags and Chargers have been at that. 2 guys out all year. This AFC picture has kind of looked the same all season, and it's going to be interesting to see if it ends up like the point differential says.
Yeah, that's so true. But I think on the other side of that is, I think all season long and probably across the landscape of NFL and analysts everywhere is that like the Chiefs are going to get in. Is that they're going to figure out a way to start winning. They're going to figure out a way to, make a run. And it's increasingly likely that they're not going to get in. So one of those teams, Jacksonville or the Chargers, is going to sneak in at the 7th seed, right? Because you're what you just mentioned right now, your seeds have the Chiefs in.
Yes.
Yeah.
Well, they have the Chiefs winning the West.
Yeah. So
that means that the Jaguars would be the odd man out.
Okay.
In this equation, they're the 7th seed now. They'd be the odd man out because the Chiefs are still in, and then the Ravens need to get that extra spot. So,
but we think that one team from the North is going to get in,
right,
on the AFC side, either the Ravens or the Steelers. But yeah, man, I don't know. See, my mind goes to like, dude, this year is so wide open because you've got cracks in the armor with the Chiefs. You've got cracks in the armor of the Eagles. The Lions were fighting for their playoff lives last night. That's wild. You look in the AFC, like, do you really trust the Broncos and Patriots in the postseason? On the NFC side, do you really trust the Bears in the postseason? They're the 1 seed right now.
Right.
You don't trust them as much as you trust some of the other teams.
Right.
The Rams looked so unstoppable, so unbeatable. Clearly, this team's going to go to the Super Bowl. And the Panthers hang 34 on that defense right after the Niners shut them down the week before. It's like San Francisco is not as talented as they were a couple years ago, those prior Super Bowl teams. They're banged up without 2 of their best defensive players, yet it feels like this year, because of the landscape of the league and just how weird it is, they might have a shot.
And we'll get to the NFC a little bit more here in a second.
Sorry, I went on my rant.
No, it's good. It's good. I just want to wrap up the AFC here. It's this whole. I'm going to scream to the heavens about 5 seeds versus 4 seeds every single season.
Yeah.
Because it drives me nuts. Because what happens is the Bills are the 3rd best team in the AFC. They're going to be a 5 seed at best, which means they go to Baltimore, this 4 seed. So this year it's the AFC North and the NFC South are the shitty 4 seeds that get a home playoff game, even though they're not even in the top 7. And
happens every year.
It's so problematic that these 9-10 seeds end up getting home games against a 2 or 3 seed every year.
Yeah.
Drives me nuts. So this year, Bills going in to Baltimore. We'd have the Texans going into New England. See, that's fun. We'd have
they are fun games still.
We'd have the Broncos going into Kansas City.
Right.
It's probably going to be vice versa, but we looks like we might get a Chiefs Broncos first round game.
Do you think?
Really fun?
Maybe. Well, wait. If the Chiefs lose, then they're, I don't know.
Yeah. Well, again, there's a lot of variables, but just according to what the point differential list that I have here,
which would be a good game. Yeah.
Yeah. Okay, let's hop to the NFC. Seahawks have now taken over the clear number 1 spot after their 26-point win over the Brosmer Vikings.
Nice fantasy week to have Seattle's defense.
And their kicker.
And their kicker was solid.
It was like 50 points, dude. It was amazing. By the way, I love just fantasy tip. I said I hate fantasy. I kind of like talking about it now because it's the end of the season.
Oh, dude, yeah.
Combining that kicker and defense, I think I'm going to do that. Just, I don't know why.
Yeah.
It feels tighter. I've always argued that kicker should just be included in special teams, and you don't even draft one. So whatever your special teams is, you draft defense.
That's kind of cool.
Kicker
I like
points
that idea.
in it. So we're not drafting kickers. It's always the last round anyways.
Yeah.
Anyways,
it's hard though because some of the best kickers play for teams with shitty defenses.
I know, but isn't that kind of fun to kind of put them together?
It would be kind of fun. Yeah, I like it.
Okay, Seahawks number 1. The Rams are number 2.
Except for if you had Brandon Aubrey in Dallas's defense.
Ooh, that boy.
Because Brandon Aubrey is
good. You have to weigh out the pros and cons. Seahawks 1. This is the NFC power ranking, point differential power rank. Seahawks 1, Rams 2. So I'll jump straight to this again. The Rams or Seahawks. One of them's going to be a 5 seed, most likely. I mean, Niners could be, but
yeah,
according to this.
Yeah.
That means the Rams are going to have to go into Tampa round 1. The Rams having a road playoff game round 1
crazy.
is nuts.
Yeah.
That's the system we have, though.
That is. And they will regret giving up 34 points to the Panthers and losing last week if that does happen.
This was going to be my big take had we recorded the last couple days. So this is pre-last night. I was going to say the Lions are still going to win the NFC North. Oof. Over the Bears, over the Packers. So I'm standing to that. It's close. They're a game back of the Packers. They are
2 back in the loss column.
Right. A game and a half from the Bears, so that could change to a game here this week. I don't know. Green Bay will. The fact Green Bay has to win. The fact one of them has to win is not great for Detroit, but is what it is.
And Green Bay has already defeated them twice this year. The thing that hurts Detroit is their conference record. So, like, if they end the season with the same record as the Niners, the Niners will get in over them because the Niners have a better record in the conference.
They got to win out, basically.
They do.
Go like 12-5.
I was hoping they were going to get buried last night because it was like, see, if they lost last night, there's a very good chance that was it for them. But that team is freaking dangerous, dude. Jahmyr Gibbs is so nasty. Yeah. It's like nobody wants to play them.
Okay. Yeah, and you're right. These are bold predictions, but we have Seahawks 1 seed, Lions 2 seed, Eagles 3 seed. They are the 6th best team, though. Lions are 3rd, Packers 4th, Niners 5th, Eagles 6th, Bears 7th. But this puts the Eagles at the 3 seed, and then the Buccaneers are the 9th best team in the NFC. They would have the 4 seed. The Falcons are 10 in this. The Panthers are 12 in point differential. So this has them way out. Bucks will get that South title, but now you have, like I said, Rams going at Bucks. This gives us the Rams as a 5 seed, Packers as 6 seed, and Niners as 7 seed. Just stacked NFC.
It's nasty.
Year. No matter what happens, it's stacked.
Stacked and wide open.
That's why, the Cowboys, they were hot, they looked great, but they were hanging on a wing and a prayer so much. Yeah. Even if they did win last night, honestly.
True.
So they're out. Cowboys are done. Cooked.
Yeah, their defense
out of it.
Cooked them. Yep. Yeah. They're cooked. And had they won last night, they were very alive and well.
Be in it.
They played some, you got to give Dallas some credit. They played some, I don't know.
They've had a hell of a run.
They played some inspiring football, and it felt like they rallied around the loss of their teammate, which is always nice to see in sports. And, yeah, that fueled them. That carried them.
Look, mathematically, they're 2 back from the Eagles. So, Eagles, they're still in it to win the East mathematically.
Yeah, they still got a slim chance.
If the Eagles fall off a cliff, possible. We saw it's not, they're Super Bowl champions, so they're probably going to be one of the teams. I'm basically predicting the Eagles and Chiefs to kind of win out here this last month, kind of get back into, form. Cowboys not dead, not out of it, but according to this, they are. And also, though, the biggest take from this is that the Bears will not make the playoffs.
It's crazy.
So all the teams I just listed there.
Yeah.
The Bears got to beat out the Niners. They're not beating out the Rams. Niners, Rams, and then we have Packers, Lions.
Yeah, the Lions, the Packers.
They have to be better than any of those 4 teams.
Yep.
And I just don't think it's going to happen. I think they're going to fall off a cliff and start losing.
Yeah, I felt like that up until
they pounded
Philly. And then it was like, damn, this team's and the fact that they just absolutely gashed Philly on the ground is insane. They had 2 100-yard rushers that game. That hasn't happened in a long time.
Philly's scoring is atrocious.
Yeah, there's some cracks in that armor.
Their fans hate them. I was rewatching that, though.
Nice.
They missed the extra point, so it was theoretically 10-10. They had the ball at the 10-yard line. They didn't get that tush-push.
Yeah, they fumbled.
So, that game was closer than it looked. Granted,
I like it.
Bears got credit for piling on from that point.
Good point. Yeah, it's funny how that happens in football.
Same with the Steelers-Bills. That was 7-3 in the third quarter.
Yeah.
Rodgers gets hurt, fumbled 6. Like, that also was closer.
Mason comes in, throws a
Right,
pick.
and then it falls apart. So, Rodgers had a great quote this week, as he always does.
Yeah, he does.
Most quotable man of football from Chico, California. I wrote it down behind me, or did I? Let me pull it up here.
Yeah.
He tapped back to his relax vibe. He says, I don't feel like this team has a freak out or a panic that I need to like send a message out to the zeitgeist that everybody needs to just relax a little bit. So Rodgers, he's shedding blood. He's shooting messages out into the zeitgeist. No freak out, no panic. RELAX. I'm rooting for the Steelers, man. Yeah. What a game this week. Can he do it? I think he can. The Ravens did get whooped up by the Burrow Bengals.
Such a weird week, dude. It was crazy. Burrow is back and said, hey, dude, don't you forget about me. Threw some dimes.
Speaking of Burrow, the Bengals are number 14 in the AFC right now, but they have Joe Burrow. The Commanders also number 14 in the NFC,
Here comes
but they have Jaden Daniels.
Here comes Jaden.
Bengals, there's this fun kind of scenario where the Bengals win the North still. It's still possible.
It is.
But if anything, this Commanders-Bengals 14 club might be ruffling some feathers here down the stretch run.
It could.
Yeah.
I don't want to play either of those teams.
Something to watch.
With those QBs under center, no doubt. It'll be interesting to see how Jaden comes back and plays. I think he's got a little bit of something to prove.
The Vikings defense is still very, very good. They were playing Seattle hard despite that score. Pick six. One of
Ernest
the
Jones.
worst pick six I've ever seen in my life by Brosmer.
Brosmer, boy. Way to light it up in your debut.
We'll get to that Vikings-Commanders line, though, which is interesting. Okay.
I'm excited for Jaden, dude.
Yeah, I mean, he's coming back against tough defense.
Let's go.
I mean, it's at least Commanders are worth watching again. I think what Quinn said, we lost the game, but this team is alive again.
Yeah.
Oh, wait, no. What did he say?
Something like that. I mean, he's right, too. They showed some fight, dude. It was cool. It was like,
Yeah. And shout out to Marcus Mariota.
Absolutely.
Okay, last thing I'll say about the point differential is that our toilet bowl this year. Do you know who it is? Just off the top of your head?
Titans,
and you might not get this one.
I might not get this one. Not the Jets, Saints.
So this has to be an NFC team.
Yeah, Saints. Boom.
Saints, who don't look horrible. Giants, they're the second worst team in the NFC. Not horrible.
No.
You know what I mean?
And Dart's just coming in and rumbling and taking some shots.
Okay, speaking of Jackson Dart.
Lit up on the side. I love it, dude.
Poor guy.
He's great, though.
Do you mind?
Fighter.
Remember Cam Scatabo? I forgot about it. He just left
that
speaking of zeitgeist.
Sucked. He brought so much energy to them.
Okay, speaking of Jackson Dart, let's now get to
QB
rankings. This includes last night's game.
Okay.
Our A group, 1 through 8. Number 1, Drake May. Number 1 in the NFL. Drake May.
What a year.
For listeners, this is simply a combination of passer rating QBR, 2 comprehensive quarterback analyses.
As well as an extensive statistical analysis from Derek while he's cooking in the lab with his beakers. He will not divulge the formula. But it's pretty special.
I want to say, so I looked into what is QBR. It's pretty much top secret. It's like, well, it involves like if it's garbage time, if there's this, if there's that. Like it's so fucking. They don't even list it when you look it up. So, anyways, because there's this big stink about like Shador got like a 9 QBR, and you look at his stats.
Yeah.
And then like some other guys that seem to do worse had like a 30 or something or 20. So again, man. People crying foul over QBR. Little, something's not in the up and up there. But anyways, I don't know what it is, but we're combining the two. Drake May, number 1. Tied for second, Jordan Love and Matt Stafford.
Whew.
Number 4, Dak Prescott. Number 5, still Pat Mahomes.
Yeah.
Crazy, right?
Yeah, he's so good.
He had a good game against the Cowboys, even though they lost. Number 6, Daniel Jones
He
still.
had 40 fantasy points. That's all I know.
I started him. It was a good week.
I was like, my gosh.
Daniel Jones still at 6, even after last week. Sam Darnold at 7, and Lamar Jackson still at 8.
Yeah.
That's our A group. Our B group, always very interesting. Number 9, Jared Goff. Tied at I'm sorry, number 10, Josh Allen. So he rounds out the top 10.
Okay.
Our man has 11 rushing touchdowns this year.
Yeah, he's an
third in the league.
He's a freaking animal.
Only Jahmyr Gibbs and Jonathan Taylor have more rushing touchdowns than Josh Allen.
That's Josh, dude. He's doing it with not a lot, too, man. They need to get him some supporting cast on the outside.
The bipolar Bills, baby. Tied for 11th, we have a three-way tie. Check this out. C.J. Stroud.
Boom.
Jalen Hurts.
Boom.
And Jackson Dart.
Dart. Yeah, step it up.
What?
He's back in it. It's because he runs.
I guess. But he also... So QBR has stuff, has to do with, kind of clutch time. So, you're not getting, garbage stats and stuff like that. So... But Dart's doing the right things according to this analysis.
And QBR, what is the one that doesn't take into account? Oh, it's the passer rating.
Passer rating.
Passer.
Right.
But, yeah.
So they are tied for 11th at Stroud, Dart, and Hurts. Number 14, your boy Brock Purdy. He's tied with Herbert. Herbert's been at that 14 spot all year. He has a hurt hand.
Good job, Brock.
Brock.
Way to rally, dude.
He's a B guy.
Way to handle the elements a little bit. Do what you needed to do. Make some nice throws. Didn't really have to do a whole hell of a lot
against that tough Browns team.
It's a tough defense.
So stop it.
The Cleveland defense is good, but that's about it.
And then Baker rounds out the B group at number 16. So those are your A and B quarterbacks.
Falling off a cliff. Speaking of falling off a cliff.
Baker, the Bucs are so interesting. Yeah, how they've fallen off. Will they bounce back? They have kind of an easy schedule going down the stretch.
And they're getting healthy.
Yeah.
Godwin's played. Bucky Irving's back. Mike Evans' practice window open.
Very interesting. Oh, really?
Yeah.
They're going down the stretch. We'll look at their point spread, too, which is interesting. The C group, Jacoby Brissett at 17. Burrow and Daniels, those 14 teams, they are tied at 18.
How is Burrow so low? He had such a great game.
I don't know. It only accounts for, that's 2 games. I don't know. I don't know. Good question. I mean, he's 18. He's sniffing the B group. Caleb Williams down there at number 20. Aaron Rodgers at 21. Bryce Young actually has gone up finally. He was in the D group for a lot of the season. He's at 22. Tyrod at 23 in that Jets team that's now a little frisky.
They sure are.
Tyrod, one of those scenarios where you should have been starting the vet the whole time.
Dude. Aaron Glenn's got to be beating himself up a little bit.
And then Bo Nix closes the C group, the last C guy at number 24.
Game manager Nix.
I was going to ask you, I'm rifling through this, who your kind of biggest surprises were in each group. I'll repeat them just for the sake of that, if I may.
I think you texted them to me.
I did, yeah. I'll read off the D group while you look that up. The D group, we have Tua at 25, tied with Kirk Cousins. Trevor Lawrence still down in that D group all season, which does not bode well for Jacksonville. Tyler Shuck there at 28, which is kind of where Rattler has been, so it feels like the Saints are better now. But that's seriously though. We're kind of thinking, the Saints are they're a little better now. They're really the same as they were with Rattler, in my opinion. Geno Smith been in that D group all year, as has Cam Ward, 30, and then McCarthy and Shador are the final 2 there.
Okay, best QB in the D group. Oof.
Well, let's start with the A, if you don't mind.
Okay, yes, sir.
Who's the biggest surprise there? I guess where they are.
I mean, freaking Drake May being number 1 is such a huge surprise.
Sure, but he's been there all fucking year.
Yeah, I know. True.
Yeah.
I think Lamar is kind of surprising to me that he's still in the
still
at
8. I think I agree.
Yeah, I mean that's surprising. He hasn't exactly lit it up since he returned from injury. Dude, Jordan Love just dropped some serious dimes.
Love being number 2, damn.
He's an amazing QB.
Mahomes and Jones,
so
they're
accurate.
at 5, 6.
Mm-hmm.
Probably maybe wouldn't have guessed that if we looked at this naked.
Yeah, true. It's shocking that Jones is still in the A group.
Well, I'd say it's shocking that Mahomes is there, but being that they're 6 and 6.
Yeah, true.
Okay.
And I guess Jones has helped carry their. I mean, Jonathan Taylor hasn't exactly done a whole hell of a lot the last couple of games, even though he still had such an amazing season. Daniels kept Indy in those games, even though they've lost.
This fractured fibia is insane. He's still playing.
I know, dude. What a warrior.
So
what a warrior.
It's unfortunate. I really wish he was 100%.
Yeah, that's true.
In the
suck.
B group, looking at that B group, okay, Jackson Dart, I think, is the obvious surprise. Anybody else in this group that surprises you one way or the other?
Yeah, I mean, Baker surprises me. Like, it's just a few weeks ago we were, you know, talking about him being, you know, the MVP this year and was playing so well. I think Stroud surprises me that he's that high. It doesn't really feel like he's had a tremendous season, and Houston's absolutely been carried by that unbelievable defense. I would think Josh Allen would be in the A group. He throws a lot of picks,
That's the thing.
Doesn't he?
A lot of picks this year.
Yeah, and Goff, man, Goff is like, you don't know what you're going to get. Some games, like last night, he looks incredible. And then a couple weeks ago, he can't hit the side of a barn.
Yeah, he had that horrible Eagles game, but aside from that, he's been a perennial A guy. So,
yeah, and he's obviously relies so much on his accuracy. So when he's a little off, it's like, uh-oh.
For Dart to be this high on a 2-11 team, he did miss a few games.
Good point.
But that's just wild.
That is wild. I wouldn't. That is
crazy.
The wildest thing about the B group.
The whole list.
Dart is there. Yeah.
Herbert, middling B. Kind of said my piece on him last pod.
Yeah.
And
that's where he'll forever be.
Yeah, and that he has that hurt/broken hand too. So that's a tough look against the Eagles this week. The C group.
Is
we got our new guys. What's the biggest surprise out of the C group?
It's so shocking, dude. Burrow's down there, Daniel's down there,
but
Caleb's
they're
down there.
Sample size, yeah.
I know. It's such a small sample size. And obviously, had they been healthy, they would probably be higher. I just feel like it's a star-studded C group. You know, Rodgers is in there. That's kind of a surprise, man. He really hasn't had that great of a year.
Well, there's the one of the biggest stats this year is that Pickens has more yards than every Steeler receiver combined.
Yeah, combined.
So
cool.
Good
Good job. Great. Mike Tomlin, next head coach of Penn State. No, they hired somebody today. Who was Ben Roethlisberger? You see that?
Wow.
Ben Roethlisberger said Tomlin should go coach Penn State.
Oh, I thought you were going to say Roethlisberger's going to go to Penn State. I'm like, they kind of have a troubled history already.
No, yes. Great point. That would not look good politically. Yeah. Bryce Young being that low, I feel like he's had some good games. He's risen.
Yeah.
But I guess maybe I'm thinking just in recent memory of them defeating the Rams. Praise the Panthers. Let's go, Carolina. That was so awesome.
Bo's been in the C group all season, so he's really low, though, man.
Yeah. But, man, Bo and Bryce and Rodgers and Caleb and Jaden and Burrow, that's a nasty C group.
Well, you look at Caleb and Bo. These are two of the top teams in their conferences. And look where the quarterbacks are.
Great point.
You know?
Great call. That's crazy.
So that's why I'm really low. That's why I'm low on these guys moving forward. This is kind of the thing. They both have Bears have a great run game, great line. Broncos have a great defense. Yeah. That's why they are where they are. But quarterbacks are the most important thing. Even more important than defense come playoff time. That's totally. I'm riding that.
Okay? Oh, dude, you're so spot on, man. I mean, when was the last time a team won the Super Bowl with like a mediocre QB? What, Trent Dilfer? The Ravens. I mean, I guess.
Who won it with the Bucks in 2002?
Brad Johnson.
There you go.
He was good. He was a Pro Bowler.
Yeah. No, it's a good point.
But yeah, and
Flacco, Ravens, Niners.
Yeah, I don't know. And then there's the
Tom Brady.
Somebody was talking about how, like, the cold weather. Of course, you know, you can play in
Rex Grossman made a Super Bowl.
Yeah, there's a lot of good. Insane. Well, there's a lot of good teams with mediocre QBs that make the Super Bowl.
Jake Delhomme played a great Super Bowl against the Patriots.
Brock Purdy, you can make the case. You know, 100%. I mean, a couple of those Jimmy 100%. Garoppolo. You know, a couple of those Niners teams didn't really have a superstar under center.
Mac Jones this year.
But we're so used to, like, you know, Mahomes or Hurts, or especially in the AFC. Like, what is it? The Chiefs have been to how many Super Bowls in a row? I mean, yeah. I don't know. And then what happens this year with those QBs, you know? I mean, it is a quarterback. Like, the importance of the QB under center in the postseason is so big. Yeah. And it's what you're talking about. I mean, it's going to be wild. And then older quarterbacks don't fare well down the stretch because their bodies get a little.
Well, we look at Elway, Manning, Brady. Like, I don't know if that's true.
It is true. If you look at the history, Like there's only been like one quarterback over the age of 35 win a Super Bowl in the last like 20 years. It's pretty fascinating.
Manning won one with the Broncos, right?
Yeah. Okay. Then and Brady.
Brady won a
that's
couple.
That's it. It's all young QBs. Well, gosh, that might have been more than 20 years ago.
Yeah.
Now.
Oh, you're saying the last 20 years?
Yeah.
Oh, gotcha,
I mean,
gotcha.
it's like it's rare for it to happen. It's usually a younger QB, especially in recent memory.
You're right. The D group, I think the surprise there has been all season that Trevor Lawrence is just a middling D guy while the Jaguars rip off win after win.
Fascinating. And they played freaking great this past weekend, right?
They're beating good teams.
They are.
Chiefs, Niners.
Crazy. You feel like they're going to eventually just struggle, and it's not happening.
Okay. I think we're all wrapped up on our QB talk.
The Chiefs are going to hate that loss if Jacksonville gets in over them.
That was a rough one. Okay. I think, Ross, we are ready for a little gambling.
Ooh. Don't do it.
Would you like
Call
to go
1-800-GAMBLER if you have any trouble, please.
Would you like to go over the Week 13 picks, Ross?
Dude, I mean, maybe. I don't know. I'm kind of...
I was a good 8 games beneath you. Okay. This week, I got you. I got you this week. It's been a while. It's been a minute. My first time. 8-8 might be my best record, I think.
Tip my cap, dude. Good job, buddy.
I finally stuck to my point differential, power rankings, making picks. Helped a little bit.
Champion.
And made some alterations, though, for Week 14. Your wins in Week 13, you had Packers +3. You had Niners -4.5.
What a genius.
You had Niners -4.5. You had Texans +4.5.
What a genius move.
You had Saints +6.
Oh, come
Even though they
on.
lost.
Tyler
Even though they
Shuck.
By the way, Olave should have caught a game-winning touchdown in the game. Did you see it at the very end?
No.
In and out of his hands, Saints should have won that game.
Unbelievable.
You got the Seahawks -11.5. You got the Bills -3.5. And you got the Chargers +8.5. Those are your 7 wins. 9 losses, though. My 8 wins.
Thanks for slipping that in there at the end there, bud. Thank you.
My 8 wins. I had Bears +7.
Great pick.
16-point swing there.
Great pick, dude.
I also had the Niners -4.5. I had the Cardinals +3.5, who only lost by 3.
Oh, you son of a gun.
Gotcha there. I had the Jets +2.5. That's the pick I'm most proud
Great pick, dude. Unreal. You're on the Tyrod Taylor tip.
of. I am. Phrasing there.
Oh, my bad, dude. Didn't
Jags.
look at it like that, dude.
I had the Jags -6.5. I also had the Seahawks -11.5. I had the Chargers -8.5 like you. And I had the Patriots -7.5, which you did not have.
Cool. Thanks. Rub it
That
in.
got me into 8.
And you're 1-0 in this week already.
You are now, through 7 weeks and 100 games exactly, you are 50-50, Ross.
Oh man, I was over 500 for a few weeks there. Now we're at 500. Danger zone. Danger zone.
I am 43-57, which looks horrible, but I'm 7 games back.
Yeah, you're on the come up, dude. I gotta get it together now.
This might be my massive week this week. Week 13.
Was your massive week?
Oh, you see that bank shot? That went in, buddy. Hopefully that's on the .6 zoom. Okay.
Hopefully that's a sign of things to come for you, huh?
We want to take a little break here. How you feeling? You good? You good? Any kind of downtime talk? Anything to mention? What's on the board?
Any downtime talk, dude?
Oh, you know what?
I got downtime talk.
Before we get into our Week 14 picks,
Devontae Adams is pretty good at football.
let me rifle off a couple things here.
Okay, get in there.
Every team in the AFC East won last week.
What?
Little fact.
Fun fact for you.
The Jaguars are the most up and down team this year in the point differential.
Yeah, they are.
They were really high beginning of the season.
Yeah.
Then they shot down really low. Now they're back up.
How did the Niners win by 18 and don't go anywhere?
You're mentioning that the Niners were number 12 last week. They're still number 12.
Yeah.
Just it's the way the cookie crumbled. I don't know.
Yeah, dude, that's weird. They had a great week.
They did.
They must have had one of the bigger winning margins.
So this Jags up and down thing, though, it's kind of going by quarters. So final quarter means that
Oh, okay.
they're going down.
Okay. Follow the trends.
I mentioned I'm still high in the Lions and Chiefs.
High all the time.
Not today. I just want to point out that the AFC West might have 3 playoff teams like they did last year, but I still think the AFC East is still the powerhouse in the AFC with the Bills and Patriots. That qualifies them. They're the best division to me in terms of I want to see who has the top 2 teams, and then of course it's the NFC West.
NFC West.
NFC West is a runaway with
in the
3.
North, right? NFC.
That's a good point. But according to PDPR, the NFC West and AFC East are our top 2 divisions to me. So I'm saying that because I think we might see that Super Bowl. Oh. AFC East, NFC West.
Cool.
I want to also lock that down right now.
Lock it in. Lock it in.
I said I did call the Colts going to the Super Bowl, but
you did.
It's the fractured tibia that throws it out.
Okay, that's right. He gets a reprieve.
It does.
We knew he had a fractured tibia though last week when he made that prediction, but let's not.
I didn't look up that information.
Yeah, dude. Whatever. Okay. So Niners Patriots Super Bowl
could be. That's really a stretch, but it could be.
Not for the Patriots.
Only if Mac Jones is the starter.
That would be awesome. Nice, good call.
Mac Jones is going to win a Super Bowl this year. I can feel it. Okay. I want to give you 6 running backs this year. I think there's a clear top 6. You got to kick one of them out.
Okay.
For a top 5.
Oh, man. I'm an inclusive guy, dude. I don't know if I want to do that.
We got Jonathan Taylor.
In.
Slow down. He is, but slow down. We got Jahmyr Gibbs. You can say it. We got Devin Achane. We have Bijan Robinson. We have James Cooks. I don't even know his first name.
James
Cooks. And we have Christian McCaffrey. Who do you kick out of that 6?
Gosh.
Taylor, Gibbs, Achane, Robinson, Cooks, McCaffrey.
Probably Achane.
He won Offensive Player of the Month.
I know. He's great.
I'm kicking out Robinson.
Really?
Yeah.
He's so good.
Just in terms of this year performance.
Bijan's also had an incredible year statistically.
Okay, so nice little top 6. Again, I think it's kind of an unequivocal top 6 this year.
Boy. Yeah, either the 2 middle guys are the ones. I liked the first 2 you mentioned and the last 2 you mentioned. I think those 4 are in.
Those are Mount Rushmore?
Yeah, there you go.
All right, how about this? Name me the 5 running backs that have 1,000 yards already this year.
1,000 rushing yards.
Rushing yards.
Well, Achane's in them.
Achane?
Bijan.
No, already lost. He has 995.
Does he really?
Yep.
Yeah, he's so close.
So you lost that. You lost that challenge. I'm sorry. You had one chance.
Damn, I didn't know. Yep. Okay.
Achane, Taylor, Gibbs, Cooks. Who's the 5th guy? And this guy, I guess, would be the 7th best running back this year. Well, 7th or 8th. It's not Rico Dowdle, who was in the conversation big time.
Yeah, Rico.
It's not Derrick Henry. It's
Kyron
not Kyron
Williams.
Not Kyron
I was going to
Williams.
say Kyron Williams.
It's not Etienne. Who is the number 5 who has 1,000 yards already this year?
1,000 yards rushing. Boy, there's someone escaping me right now.
I'll give you a clue. He has an extra game. Because of last night. Because of last night.
Javonte Williams?
Yeah, Javonte got 1,000. He does have 13. That's it. Oh, Gibbs has 13 as well. The other guys have 12. Nice year for running back. It's really, Javonte, I think, under the radar this year.
Yeah.
It's been a great year for running backs.
Yeah,
and I think this has to do with the new kickoff rule. It has to do with, actually, I don't know what it has to do with. I'll shut up. Just good year for running backs.
Yeah, dude. I agree. The best one plays in Santa Clara for the San Francisco 49ers. Thank, man, and praise the Lord for Christian McCaffrey. What a football player.
Are you ready, my friend, for our Week 14 picks? Are you ready? Pod's going to be a little shorter this week, which is I'm not mad at.
Makes me sad. Okay.
We can spend all the time we want on
Okay, dude. This is strategically why I waited, to be available for this podcast on Friday so we could have all of the news at our disposal. Unlike last week when we were a little wrong about which quarterbacks were going to play and those that weren't. So
I appreciate you saying we. You're a very humble man.
Well,
we're
wrong.
A team. I was aggressively wrong last week. I was looking at my QB list because By the way, those 32 QBs I mentioned, that we mention every week,
Okay.
those are the projected starters. I got 3 of them wrong last week. I didn't have Burrow in there. And I had Brosmer. That's not even including that. Didn't have Burrow. Who was another guy?
Baker.
I didn't have Baker. Bridgewater in there.
Yeah, Bridgewater's playing,
and then,
dog.
maybe it was Rodgers. I had Rudolph instead. I might have had Winston instead of Dart. I don't know. I had so many wrong.
Yeah, it was Winston. You were like, what are they thinking?
There's no way.
They'd be so dumb to play Dart.
Was I wrong on any of those? Should they not have played? I mean, I guess Baker, but.
I mean, yeah, well, when you broke it down in the thought process of like Dart's had some concussions, I mean, you made a good point there.
Last stat before we get to our Week 14 picks.
Okay, let me get in my research here.
I'm on ESPN. I don't know if it matters. The number 1 QBR. Well, we'll start with this. The number 5 QBR in the NFL this season, and this is for quarterbacks that played at least one complete game, so not a big enough sample size, but that's why this is a fun stat. Jameis Winston is the 5th best quarterback in the NFL this year.
Yeah.
QBR.
Sure.
The best quarterback in the NFL off one complete game.
It's Tyler Huntley.
By a mile is Tyler Huntley, and it's not even close. He has a
Snoop.
85.1. I think the next guy.
Yeah, by the way,
like
I never
73.
would have got that. It's just written on the board behind Derek, so.
I mean, I would have loved to. I mean, no one on earth would get that.
That's a good trivia question.
What does that mean for Tyler Huntley?
Well,
somebody get this guy.
Kind of. I think it's such a small sample size that
That's
it's
a full
real.
game. I don't care.
Okay.
Yeah, anyways, okay. Thursday game, I chose the Lions -3.5.
I was wishful thinking, man.
Ross was giving me shit, telling me there was no chance.
Said they're cooked.
I
said the Lions are cooked.
was agreeing, but that's
you
how,
did agree.
But that's how gambling, as we do this for the first time in a slightly extended way, gambling's like that. And the Lions can tell you, not Lions, the lines will tell you that sometimes, where it's like, wait, why are the Lions favored by 3.5? They look like shit. Cowboys look great. Like, they kind of know the swings of the league and like who's due, who's due to win, who's due to lose.
So true. And the Lions are at home, and it's a must-win for them. Totally.
There's like a counterintuitiveness to being good at picks.
Absolutely.
You almost want to pick against who you think is going to win.
Totally.
And you might do better. That's how it feels.
For certain games, absolutely.
Yeah. And there's one big one this week on that note. Or there are a couple. Okay. First game. We have the Colts of Indianapolis, fractured tibia and all, going into Jacksonville, favored by 1.5.
Jonathan Taylor against the league's best run defense.
The Jags are the league's best run defense?
How about that stat for you, bud? Top-ranked run defense, 82.4 yards per game.
Taylor's going to have $150 and 3 touchdowns.
Taylor has destroyed the Jaguars in Indianapolis. In 3 games, 546 yards and 4 touchdowns.
Okay.
But struggled against them when they play in Jacksonville. 172 yards and no TDs in 4 games.
I want to say, to preface this, there's the rule of 1.5 points, which says a home team gets an extra 1.5 points if we want to just give them like how many points better is this team? So a road team that's favored like this, what the NFL is really telling us, or Vegas is telling us, is that the Colts are a full 3 points better than the Jaguars.
Yeah.
Okay? I'm going to use that in my picks because I combine that number with their difference in point differential per game. In this case, and we won't do this for every single game, the Colts are at a 9. The Jags are at a 3.25. So the Colts are 5+ points better. So that's why I am choosing the Colts.
I'm taking the Colts.
You are as well.
They need this one. This is a big one to get back on track. They're due.
Now
like
they could win by 1 and still lose this bet, just for the record.
Okay, well, in that case, I'm.
Okay, next game we have the Bengals with Joe Burrow.
I know
going into Buffalo. Buffalo's favored by 5.5 points, which means Vegas says they are 4 points better than them with Joe Burrow. 5.5 is a spread. Who do you have in this? Will Joe Burrow lose by 6 points or more?
I know, right?
He's decent in cold weather, right? He's used to it. Look, America's freezing right now. I'm guessing this game's going to be a fucking
I was thinking about that.
ice storm.
It'd be nice to see the weather.
You could look that up pretty easily.
You could look it up.
You want me to do that?
Sure.
Weather.
Will the
NFL
weather be a factor
games.
in
Wait,
Buffalo?
I'm surprised it's not in the spread.
Yeah, like why isn't it mentioned?
Um,
There's a party going on next door.
Always.
Dude, Addison's getting wild over there with the DAAC.
Yeah, wait, whoa. I'm bleeping that out.
Audrey Denny's coming in. She's dressing up. Flapper girl, gonna get down, do some dancing.
Wow.
Very respectful outfit.
What? Okay. 40% chance of snow. Definite snow. It says both. 30 degrees. Yeah, this is a tough one.
I'm gonna take the Bengals.
You're taking the Bengals. Okay.
I'm taking Joe Burr.
So this week I broke outside of the strict point differential rule when there's a different quarterback. Because the bottom line is the Bengals point differential is not the Joe Burrow point differential. Yep. So I factored that in this week.
Okay.
I did that on 4 different games, and it allowed me to make some picks that I felt better about in my
Smart
gut.
move, dude.
So you're taking Bengals?
Yeah.
I did as well.
Interesting.
I liked having the extra time, so I got to do my picks before you got here. It makes this a little easier. Okay. Bengals.
Erroneous. Unfair.
No,
throwing the challenge flag.
Then I'm not, we're not, you don't know my pick, and it's nice and unbiased. Steelers, next game.
Pew, 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 pew.
-6. Going into Baltimore. Rodgers, he has a hand, he has a nose. He should be okay. Lamar's still a top 8 quarterback, but the Ravens are really, really weird.
And hasn't practiced all week, but will play.
Oh, he might not even play.
No, he's playing.
Okay.
But he's hurt. Something's up with him.
This says the Ravens are a full 4.5 points better than the Steelers.
Dude, to me,
we know that's bullshit.
It's a crazy point spread to have the Ravens favored by 6.
They are practically identical. And by the way, this goes into the prediction of who's going to win the North. I didn't mention that. I have the Ravens winning the North. It's -0.33 to -0.67. They're identical.
You had them when I thought? Okay.
No, yeah, we had the Ravens in the North. So I'm taking Steelers all day on this. Not to say that it'll happen, but who do you got? Ravens -6.
Oh.
This might be one of those go against your instinct picks.
It might.
You know what I mean? Everything tells me. Granted, you know what?
This is crazy stat. The Ravens started the year with a 1-5 record, allowing 32.3 points per game, last in the NFL. They are 5-1 since, allowing 16.5 points per game, best in the NFL since week 7.
Except last week, they allowed 31.
They allowed 31. It's a crazy stat, though.
It is, and you know what? I forgot. This Ravens point differential is not the Lamar Jackson's point differential. They got blown out with the redhead Cooper Rush. So. With Jackson, that point differential is a lot higher, and I was good, I'd factor all that in.
No, I want to pick the team that you don't pick, but I don't see how this game is decided by more than 6 points.
Right, these games are always close. Again,
it's like, dude, that's too high of a spread for a game like this. And I may eat my words; one team may blow out the other, but it's like this feels like it should be like a 2.5, 3-point spread.
Yeah, well, again, Vegas has a feel on something here.
They sure do. Maybe Lamar's going to go crazy.
We're going to assume that every game is going to be freezing with a chance of snow.
I know. That's the other thing, which probably would favor Baltimore significantly
Derrick
more.
Henry. But look, it's not like the Steelers' run game's bad with Warren and Gainwell.
Know, Warren's good. And
Gainwell's a solid too.
He sure is, but it's Rodgers. When Rodgers gets put on his butt in a nasty way, he just seems like he disappears. Like if you can get a lot of pressure on him.
And Rudolph sucked against the Bills, but he did really well against the shitty Bengals with Flacco. I mean,
yeah.
So it's like in a snow game, if Rudolph comes in, it's not like over.
No, but yeah, I worry about Rodgers' health a little bit right now.
You going Steelers?
Just because the points are crazy to me.
All right, next game. The Seahawks of Seattle going into Atlanta in the Dome. No cold weather here, my friend. Wait, why does Atlanta's the last place that needs a dome? Atlanta has a dome, but Buffalo doesn't. Green Bay doesn't. Fucking the Jets and Giants don't.
Yeah, make it based on weather in the areas. Nuts. It is weird.
Okay. Seahawks favored by 7 on the road. This tells us that the Seahawks are a full 8.5 points better than the Falcons.
Yeah, Sam Darnold is coming off his worst performance of the season.
Worse than the 4-pick game.
In terms of total QBR.
Oh, wow. The Seahawks are the number 1 point differential team in the NFL at 11.08. The Falcons are minus 275. So they're a solid 14 points better. That's why I went with the Seahawks.
Yeah. I'm going to take Seattle, too.
This is smart of you, not like you're trying to, but with your 7-game lead on me, you can just pick the same.
No, I'm not intentionally doing that at all.
No, I know. You're being honest.
Dude, if you think about how Darnold didn't play that great, Minnesota definitely blitzed him a lot, but Seattle's defense was insane.
And the Falcons' defense ain't that great.
Yeah, and you feel like Darnold's going to bounce back and go off. By the way, I don't think JSN had more than 150 receiving yards, which is kind of a surprise. It's a surprise that Seattle couldn't throw the ball great last week.
Vikings have a defense. Hasn't changed.
They do have a good defense.
That hasn't changed. They still have that 13-4 team defense,
Yeah. They do have a decent D. I don't know. I was surprised, on the other hand, that, man, in a game to potentially save your season or to get right back into the thick of the playoffs, poor Kirk Cousins can't defeat the New York Jets. I was hoping
for that. Were you surprised?
I'm maybe not surprised, but I was hoping for that so much because it would have been fun, dude.
Well, what was not mentioned in that game ever was that Drake London didn't play. He's a top 5 yards per game receiver this year.
I still felt like they would have enough.
Not with the veteran Tyrod back there.
No, dude. Tyrod, what a game.
All right, next game. And you know what? I'll stop mentioning who I chose first so you can Commanders at Vikings. So we're in Minnesota. The Vikings are favored by 2.5. This tells us the Vikings are a point better than the Commanders. Now, Commanders are one of those teams. Here's the thing. Jaden and Marcus Mariota around the same spot in the quarterback rankings. So that doesn't really affect things much when it comes to this. What's funny is that the Vikings are 24, the Commanders are 25. Vikings are minus 4.75. Commanders are minus 5.08. They're identical almost. So the fact that the Vikings is only a point better, I have them as only 0.33 points better, so I'm going with the Commanders.
I'm going Commanders. I think Jaden's going to come back, and he's going to play better. And I think, the Vikings have a QB problem with Brosmer,
you think?
Obviously. And now McCarthy's coming back. This is a big game for McCarthy.
Our defense, with a bunch of new guys, they played with a ton of heart on Sunday night. So
I think I think it's like, we spoke about earlier in the podcast. This is one of those teams you don't want to play for the rest of the year. So I think Washington's showed some fight, and I think they're going to continue showing some fight. I'm surprised that, with what happened last week with Minnesota, that Washington isn't favored in this game.
Well, J.J. McCarthy getting points in any circumstance is stupid.
It feels stupid.
Yeah. Okay, the 2-10 Saints, the Toilet Bowl Saints, who don't feel like a Toilet Bowl team, going into Tampa Bay. Tampa's favored by 8.5. This tells us that Tampa is 7 points better than the Saints. Their PDPR difference. Tampa, the Bucks, minus 1.83 this year. Pretty putrid. The Saints, minus 9.42. Just under 7. So this technically tells us that the Saints should win. But I went with my gut on this. I chose the Bucks. I keep telling you who I chose. I chose the Bucks, minus 8.5. They haven't had a real blowout all season. And this might be, so I'm just kind of, this is one of those lines that seems a little high maybe because of that, but I'm going with the Bucks, even though PDPR tells me to barely take the Saints in this.
Yeah, it's funny. The Bucks, this is their largest favorite spot of the year. Mayfield is 2-5 against the spread in his career as a favorite of 8 or more points.
Interesting.
The tough thing about this situation is just it feels like Tampa's getting healthier, and it feels like the Saints are kind of like reeling a bit. Kamara's probably sidelined again.
Yeah, he's been a non-factor.
But Olave is nice, dude. He's got 115 targets. They throw him the ball a lot. The third
Decent
most
season.
behind Chase and Trey McBride.
Great season.
Probably like literally the best tight end or one of. Oh, man.
Wait, I thought McBride was from the Cardinals.
He is.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
I'm sorry, correction. The Bucks are a little over 7 points better, so I stuck with that. I stuck with the point differential on this. I wanted to take the Saints.
Yeah, I'm taking Tampa.
You're taking Tampa?
I think Tampa's going to roll them.
Yeah.
I think they're going to make a little bit of a statement.
Big game. It's at home.
If this was on the road, I would feel different.
By the way, the points over under is only 41.5. I like the over on that a lot.
There we go, dude. He's turning into a betting man.
Okay. Dolphins and Tua going into New York, freezing New York, to play the Jets and Tyrod.
Ooh, Tua in freezing weather?
The Dolphins are 5-7. They do this seemingly every year.
Dude,
they
give
rip
them some
off.
credit.
Do they not do this every year? They rip off like a good 1-7 record, and then they start to win.
Yeah,
so they don't get a good draft pick.
Right. Except in years past, it's largely been because they haven't had Tua. He went down with concussion and missed. This year they've had Tua, and they still have struggled.
So Miami favored by 2.5 on the road. This tells us they're 4 points better. I have them at minus 3.25. Jets minus 5.75. So that's why I'm taking the Jets, because they're not 4 points better than the Jets. I'm taking the Jets plus 2.5 here.
The Dolphins have lost 7 straight games in sub-45-degree temperatures at kickoff.
Well, remember Tua in the cold? Remember that playoff game, I think, in Kansas City?
Yeah.
Yeah, Tua in the cold is no bueno.
You know, with a loss, the Jets would officially be eliminated from playoff contention, so they're fighting this week.
Still alive. 8-9, baby. 8-9.
I couldn't keep a straight face saying that. It's hilarious.
Miami favored is weird.
It is
on the
weird.
road by 2.5.
Oh, you know what? I am going to take Miami to switch it up because
we've had the same picks almost every.
Because I'm thinking a snow game. We're gonna ride that offensive player of the month.
That A-Train?
That A-Train, A-Chan is going to find that zone a couple times and continue his career season.
Yeah, I mean, we had the same picks this whole time until then, so this is an interesting week. Okay. Titans. This game, I do not understand. The Browns are favored by 4.5 points at home against the Titans. We know the defense. We know. But Shedeur Sanders getting 4.5 points?
Man.
What? What are we talking about?
Yeah, for real. You know what was interesting about the game against the Niners, and we had talked about this, that the week prior, Panthers did not run the ball against San Francisco at all. Like, how many carries did Dowdle have? Like 6 that game against the Niners?
Oh, right.
And then we were thinking that, maybe Cleveland will try and run. The Niners could not stop Judkins. He was getting like 7, 8 yards, 7. It was like, dude.
It didn't show up in fantasy much. He didn't score.
And he didn't score, but he has yards per carry were a ton. And the Niners got up, so, Cleveland started. And, of course, the way the Niners play, they just hold the time of possession. They want to keep the ball. So, Cleveland didn't have as many opportunities. But, boy, Judkins was a freaking beast. And I just wonder if, they'll try and run the ball and maybe Shedeur take the pressure off Shedeur again this week.
Well, here's the funny thing.
That's why they're favored.
The Browns are minus 6.33. Let's not forget they did beat up the Raiders a couple weeks ago.
They did.
And the Titans are minus 13.17. So this tells us the Browns should win by quite a bit. They're 7 points better, 6 points better. I took this as a quarterback asterisk. Shedeur's the worst quarterback in the league that's starting this week. Granted, Cam is number 30. I'm still going with the Titans plus 4.5. Ward versus Shedeur. I don't see. Look, the Titans might lose, but I don't think it's going to be by more than 5. So I went against the point differential here, and I chose the Titans.
Cam Ward playing at the U. sunny Miami, beautiful weather, has got to go in to Cleveland, where Myles Garrett is sitting at 19 sacks on the season.
I think maybe they're banking on a defensive touchdown in this game for Cleveland.
Maybe. Ooh, good point.
You know what I mean?
Sack fumble. Yeah. What is Garrett's closing in on the single season sack record? He needs just a few more to get it. Probably will get it. The single season sack record is 22.5. He's 4 sacks away. It's honestly not he might get it this week, dude. Yeah. He might just get after Cam. I'm taking Cleveland.
Okay.
I'm gonna for the first 6 picks, I'm gonna stick with you, and the last 6 picks I'm gonna take.
No, I'm not gonna tell you who I chose just because you said that.
Damn it.
No, I mean this is a funny week. We're definitely on the same page with all this stuff. Okay. Broncos at Raiders. Broncos favored by 7.5.
God, I feel small. But they're on the road. Boy, the Raiders are so bad. Brock Bowers, though, man, dude. 2 tutties, 63 yards. He was targeted just 4 times.
Gianti's still there.
I would literally just put Brock in the backfield and hand it to him.
They have been throwing to him. An incredible week of catches. Brock had one of them. Just these one-handed catches.
Oh my gosh, ain't that the truth? What was the dude on Washington? Burks threw up the one.
Nice little find there. He's our number 3 guy next year.
Yeah, there you go.
What are you thinking?
Grab.
7.5 in Vegas.
Too small. But, man, it feels like Denver just plays tight games. They're almost like the Niners in that way.
This has a late season what the hell happened feel. I mean, it would certainly help my Broncos are not going to win the West cause if they lose this game.
Yeah, is this the upset of the year?
This has a feel. It's 10-2 versus 2-10. It's a division game. They're on the road. They're just, I don't know, man.
They have played 2 games that have a winning margin of more than 7 points out of their 10 wins this year. That was 44-24 over Dallas and 28-3 over Cincinnati. The other games are Tennessee 20-12.
We've seen the AFC West in particular. I feel like there's games in recent memory where the Chiefs will lose to the kind of the bottom tier AFC West teams into the season. This has a weird feel to it.
It kind of does.
Point differential told me to take Denver, so I'm going with them.
I'm going to go Denver, too.
Okay.
You almost convinced me, but I just can't put faith in the Raiders right now.
My gut says Raiders.
Dude, well, hey, there you go. Yeah, man. I don't know.
My
what
gut
a tough year for Vegas, man.
I'll switch mine up here. I'm going Raiders.
There you go. Here you go, Tom. That's for you, dude. Let's get an air horn. Derek's thinking about the Raiders. Pew, 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 pew.
You're always stepping on my air horn.
I'm sorry, dude. It gets me so fired up. I think we should have a minimum of 10 air horns per episode. We need different types of air horns.
I can make that happen. The production team here at the podcast.
I miss you, Thomas. Hope you're doing well, buddy. We got to get some miles in.
Okay.
You and Ursula.
Rams minus 8.5. Vegas has not wavered in Arizona against the Cardinals.
Wow.
This tells us they're 10 points better. Minus 8.5 in the Cardinals. Jacoby is the 17th best quarterback in the NFL.
Is this a Rams statement? Is this a pissed off Rams team this week? Dude?
That's what Vegas is saying.
This is That
said, they were favored by around this much last week and lost outright on the road.
Yeah.
What do you got?
On the road, and they have to go back on the road again, down to nice Arizona. Interesting. I
can't wait for Crosby to just fucking stuff Bo Nix next week.
Ooh, dude, yeah, that could happen. Max is a madman. He needs to get out of there, go play for a contender.
Ashton Genty, Geno Smith just digs into the depths of his Seahawks soul. He just pulls out a game winner.
Ooh, that would be sweet.
I need the Broncos to lose. Anyways, Rams -8.5.
I'm looking. They have
This is also
interesting. This is the first time these two teams have played each other this year.
9-3 versus 3-9.
They got to play each other twice. Guess who the freaking Rams get to play the last game of the year?
Niners?
The Cardinals.
Oh,
but
really?
after this, they go Detroit. Then they go Seattle. And then they go on the road to Atlanta. And by that time, Kirk Cousins is going to be a well-oiled machine.
So, I think the question here is, do the Rams win by 9 or more? Not do they win?
Yeah, they're most likely going to win.
What do you got? I haven't told you my pick yet.
I know, and I'm thinking, okay, buddy?
It's great podcasting. Thinking is great podcasting.
Sweet time on this. I know. I'm sorry, guys. I'm sorry to all
mouth
listeners
way off
out
of the
there.
mic. You're just on the side of it. Oh my gosh, what is happening? He's falling apart at the end, folks. Here we go. Now I can hear you.
Got to see my Jordan right here, dude. This sick old hoodie right here. It's freaking incredible. If it makes you feel better, I'm getting texts and I'm ignoring them because I'm on your podcast. Okay, now I'm going to begin doing my research on this game. Here. I got to it. And yeah,
anything else I can mention?
My prediction in this game is that Devontae Adams is going to have 2 touchdowns and the Rams are going to win by more than the spread.
Okay, we agree. I have the Rams -8.5 as well. We have almost identical picks, so much so I had to choose the freaking Raiders. Okay, Packers -6.5. The Pack attack, favored by 6.5 points at home against the Bears.
Tough.
Unbelievable. Assuming it's going to be frigid here in Green Bay. A lot of frigid outdoor games this week because they don't have domes. Packers -6.5. What do you have?
I just did. No, I didn't. Oh, man. Packers win, but Chicago covers.
Okay, so you're going Bears.
The Bears.
Bears. I think a lot of people are going Bears +6.5.
Therefore, you're taking?
No, PDPR says to take the Packers. This says they're 5 points better, which they are more than.
I like it.
Bears at 0.5, Packers at 5.67. Oh, so barely. It's cool how some of this stuff lines up exact. Yeah. Tough break for the Lions either way here, but Packers at 9-3. Lions are at 8-5, so they will still be a game and a half back, and having lost twice to them, oh, that's tough, man.
Question.
Yeah.
For you. If you're the Niners,
yeah,
who do you want to win this game?
You want well, if the Bears win, then they could still end up being 10-7 if they lose out. Yeah, I mean, I think the Bears, because I think they're more likely to lose down the stretch than the Packers are. And the Packers are probably, I mean, it's always the Bears. I don't think you're battling the Packers. I think you're battling the Bears.
I know. Which I feel like is that why we want the Packers to win.
Right, exactly. Oops. Oh, did I say Bears? I did. Oh, shit. I moved that. How's the camera looking? So am I in?
You're in frame. You're looking solid. We also play the Bears. So how does the head-to-head thing factor in?
I think that's a breaker.
Yeah, it's a breaker. So.
Oh, yeah. So you said you want the Packers. I mean, I think you can afford to have the Bears win another game and you'll still be okay.
Yeah.
In my theory.
I think you're probably right. But who are we going for? I feel like we're going for Green Bay. Because then Chicago falls back a game, which means we have the same records now.
Technically, you want the Bears to lose every game, technically. Yes.
Totally. But, technically we want the Packers to lose every game too.
Again, they're already in. So, yeah, I think you're rooting for the Pack. You're rooting for the Pack.
Yeah, I feel like that's probably it. Just because we play Chicago, so we can kind of control a little bit more of our destiny with the fact that we could hand them an L, which is going to be a tough game.
Sunday night, game of the week, even though it's a 7-5 team against a 6-6 team.
Boy,
Texans
it's juicy.
Going into Kansas City. This is the beginning of the Kansas City 5-0 run to win the West. You heard it here first. KC -3.5. Still getting those points. Vegas says they're 2 points better. I won't tell you who I chose.
I think I know already.
Oh, do ya? Oh, do ya?
So, I mean, you got to be taking the Chiefs because unless you think they'll only win by 1 or 2 points.
Are the Chiefs 2 points better than the Texans in the point differential this year?
I don't know, but you just said the Chiefs are beginning their 5-0 run.
They are.
It's 3.5, so that's interesting. I could easily see the Chiefs winning by 3.
So they're about identical in point differential this year. Chiefs are 6.08. Texans are 5.42. So that says to take the Texans. But yes, the Chiefs can still win as long as it's by 3 or less, and my theories are good to go.
I'm taking the Chiefs.
Okay, I got the Texans. I'll take that 3.5 with the Texans all day. We have the final game here, Monday night.
You know what's going to happen this week? This is what's going to happen in that game. Kansas City is going to benefit so hard from some referee calls.
You think the refs are back?
I think the refs are back in this one. You know, they got to do everything they can to keep Kansas City in contention down the stretch. And if a fork goes into Kansas City this week, they're done. Like you said, they literally have to win out to get in. And I think the league benefits greatly if Kansas City is in the race as long as possible.
To be clear, they don't have to win out to get in. Especially winning this game, that now balances the wild card situation with the Texans, and then we just need the Chargers or Jags to start losing. But
true, good point. Okay,
they need to win out to win the West.
Yes, thanks for clarifying and correcting me on that.
This Monday night game, Eagles at Chargers, they're both 8-4. I'm going to tell you right now.
Right now.
So first of all, Philly -3, which tells us that they're 4.5 points better. PDPR.
Has the Chargers.
Chargers 2.08, Eagles 1.75. The Chargers are better flat out. So that's telling me to take the Chargers, but Justin Herbert has a hurt hand.
Old Herbie Boo Boo.
This is in LA, so weather's not going to be an issue. Eagles favored by 3 on the road. Interesting paths these teams are on. These are 2 8-4 teams that people aren't feeling great about.
Yeah.
Right now.
Man, and Jalen Carter's out for Philly. They just...
True.
I mean, their defensive line took a hit.
What say you? Chargers +3
Eagles.
At home. You going Eagles?
Yeah.
Okay, I'm not going to get any ground this week. I chose Eagles as well. I went against my point differentials.
You might, bro. There's like 4 or 5 games we disagreed on.
If that. There's just a few. But whatever. Let's see how we do, buddy. Picks
what am I supposed to do, man?
Picks are in.
What am I supposed to do here?
We're at an hour. You mean after the podcast?
No, I mean with our picks. He's mad at me because I took...
I'm not mad. I'm not mad.
You're mad.
Well, I'm mad because I'm fucking 43-57. That said, I should be happy because I don't bet real money on this stuff. Big bye week. Pats.
That's why we have to... I'm telling you, we have to switch it up to where we pick the winner, but we also pick against the spread or not.
I don't know. You
know,
anybody wants to hear any of that.
It wouldn't add that much to the segment. Who do you think's going to win? That's it. That's all it is. I think so-and-so is going to win, but I think so-and-so is going to cover. And then we
the 2026 pod.
Maybe. And then we look at it from that perspective. So then your record isn't 43-57.
No, I like it. I like
you
being a
could
loser.
say
I love being a loser.
Whoa.
Okay.
Okay.
It's part of my philosophy in life. You choose to lose, my friend. When you're such a winner inherently, you have to choose to lose, okay?
He's humbling himself.
You have to.
Great.
When you're so powerful,
yeah,
you have to take the opposite route. Look what Jesus did. I'm kind of like Jesus, you know?
Okay, whoa.
I'm the power of God.
We need to interrupt this quickly with an air horn. Pew, 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 pew.
I think you need control of the air horn is what you need. You have to bring an actual air horn. You can bring it up on your phone. Put it in the mic.
Okay, dude.
Yeah,
now we're talking.
Yeah, future.
Now, dude, I will hit that thing 50 times throughout an episode. You will hate it.
Big bye week.
Myself for it.
Big bye week. Pats, Giants, Niners, and Panthers. So the Niners get to sit back.
How do we feel about
see what happens?
Bye weeks this late in the season for teams.
Did you know that we didn't have any last week? So we go on a break from byes week 13.
Fascinating.
And then we do it week 14.
I didn't know that. That's amazing.
Yeah.
I'm kind of like back and forth on it. Obviously, I feel like San Francisco can use the bye, but I also feel like, dude, they're in just such a rhythm of how they play each week. And they're so consistent with the style that they play, regardless of the opponent that they play. And, I mean, of course, they need it to heal up. But, man, like, is this the right time for them? Well, fresh off a pretty darn impressive win in Cleveland, considering not that they beat such a great team, but how they beat them and the margin of victory.
The late season bye is always great to get time to rest up down the playoff run. It's the early season buys that are weird. I think we have like week 4 buys.
Yeah, that would suck. Totally
What's
agree
the
with
point of that?
I just wonder if late season buys disrupt the flow. And I wonder if you're a team like New England, like Drake May, like you're flowing each week. You've got the rhythm down. You know what to expect. You've got this day is the film day. This day is the walkthrough. This day you get into the real practice and preparation. Like, we're creatures of habit. NFL players, athletes in general, like you get into that flow. And when that gets disrupted late in the season, it could have a little bit of a negative effect. That's all I'm saying. I
really hope it does. The Patriots are going to host the Bills when they come back in week 15. Go Bills. I hate the Patriots. I want to be clear. Then they go into Baltimore week 16. Another L, dog. Then they go into New York week 17 against the Jets.
Oh my gosh.
Big
Can
L
we get one of those? Dude, we need more than an air horn.
And then
we need a smorgasbord of sound effects here.
Then they got the Dolphins. Finishing the season off with Jets-Dolphins.
Oh, that is
2
awful.
L's. They're going to lose out.
They're not even going to play their starters in one of those games.
No, I do hope that it looks like the Patriots are going to get the bye because I think the Broncos are going to fall a little bit, and it's just too hard for the Colts to catch them at this point in the Bills, even though I'm saying the Colts will.
What would the world do if the Patriots won the Super Bowl?
It's not going to happen. So they're going to get the bye. And then
just, play along with me.
They're going to lose and
how do you think the world would react?
It's not even a figment of anyone's
imagination. It'd be crazy.
It's not entering
to have them
the realm of possibilities.
Ascend to the top of football lore again.
I will stop watching football if that happens. Forever.
And in the meantime, Tom Brady is orchestrating one of the roughest, worst rosters in NFL history with the Las Vegas Raiders.
The Patriots have the worst fans in football as well. Okay?
Eagles.
Horrible, insufferable people. They're even worse than the Eagles fan.
I don't know.
Because the Patriots fans are entitled. God, I hate them so much.
That's what I'm saying. It'd be so crazy to see them back on top so fast. It'd just be like, dang, dude. And nobody would have expected. Like, can you imagine if you put like $50 on the Patriots to win the Super Bowl at the beginning of the year? How much money you would get on that? You get paid out the odds must have been so crazy.
I've been battling psychological torture, paying attention to Republicans every day in the news. It's really getting to me. I need to stop. But my point is, please don't add to my severe headaches.
I'm not.
We're
hypothetically speaking.
No, I know. I'm kidding.
We were scenarios.
I'm kidding.
It's okay. Good. I don't bring up the Patriots winning the Super Bowl to add to your frustration.
I'm very sensitive right now in this world of Republican leadership.
It's okay, man.
I need to stop paying attention though in a certain way. It's a real thing. When you're so invested in these things,
politics are tough, dude.
It is. So we talked about TV to start, and we'll close off with maybe another plug here for Polysat. Talk about TV.
You got to get that going.
I know, but I'm genuinely.
I think you got something there, dude.
Finding some serious.
I believe in you.
Issues with and paying too much attention. When you wake up and every day for 2 hours, you consume yourself with all of it.
Yeah.
It's actually building up too much anger and hatred and vitriol in me that's really unhealthy. I'm getting severe headaches now. I've never gotten them, and it's becoming physically painful to pay attention to these people.
Bro.
So but it's good though. It's healthy. You got to go through these things, especially if I want to do a show on this stuff. So I'm just learning my rhythm with all this stuff, by the way, which you had to do when you're on air. I'm sure there's all sorts of rhythmic things that you kind of had to learn.
Crazy job.
And did you, I'll end that there because I'll figure it out. But it's nice to know when you got to take a step back. How much should I do of this and this and this a day? We'll close the pod out with we haven't done much of this, with the old action news story.
Ooh, okay, put me on the spot here.
This was a bit last year. We haven't done this at all this year.
Speaking of which,
rhythmically, what's that?
Oh, I was gonna say, dude, did you see the controversial ending of the Orland Trojans Gridley Bulldogs section championship?
I didn't. What happened?
Did you see the wild finish of the Ukiah semis or section title when they won on a 2-point conversion that was a pass and it bounced off the ref's chest?
Oh, I did see that.
Launched into the air and a wideout caught it. Crazy.
Yeah.
And you did see in person the Chico High Panthers.
We won. I haven't mentioned them once all podcast. That's a travesty.
Oh, here we are. We're there.
They play tonight, by the way. They play in a couple hours against a team out of the Bay or Sac or
Bishop
something.
O'Dowd.
Yeah.
Yeah, but real quick, Orland scores on the road to get a tutty to go up 15-12. There's a minute 30 left. They onside kick. Explain that strategy.
They were up 3.
They just scored in defensive battle, 15-12. They take the lead with a touchdown. And they onside kick. Gridley recovers with great field position.
That's horrifically dumb.
Right? Isn't that like, what is I would love to listen. I mean, horrifically dumb's harsh.
So what happened?
But I don't know. No one really knows the strategy behind it. I mean, they must have really felt like they had some great play in store or some sneak disguise. I don't know.
Did Gridley score though?
Yeah, and they won at home to finish an undefeated season. So hats off to the Bulldogs. But yeah, question marks around the Trojans and that decision making. Sometimes maybe you're too smart for your own good, but at the same time, maybe they just felt like they had something so good, so smart, so dialed in, and they couldn't quite execute it.
My Hamilton Braves, unfortunately, could not pull off the undefeated season.
I know.
They lost by 3.
You mentioned that too. Winters is just
tough.
Yeah. Bum.
I did want to ask though before we get out of here. We were talking about rhythms, adjustments. Is there like a moment, maybe early on, maybe late, where you felt like maybe overwhelmed somewhere intellectually, psychologically, and you had to like make a change in your what you were paying attention to, your habits, anything like that ever happened when you were on air, when you had to be consistent, right? Like there was that's the thing about being on air, right? There's no wavering. You can't call it off. Like you got to be there.
Yeah. I don't know. I think that's an interesting question. And I'm sure if I thought about it, I could come up with something. But right off the top of my mind, I almost probably like in an unhealthy way, just like worked like 60-hour weeks. It was like
burnout potentially.
Totally.
Right.
But I was so invested in the process and what it took to really deliver like a thorough sports report each opportunity I got a chance to anchor that conveyed information and stories that mattered to the community. Mm-hmm. And I think for me, what helped me kind of get into that rhythm and that flow is like understanding sort of what was important locally and getting those first few emails from stories I did that mattered to parents or schools or teachers or athletes and just, hey, thanks for covering that. Then it kind of got me into this flow of like, oh shit, like I'm doing important work here if I figure out that like I cover stuff that matters to the viewers.
Needing that connection, even if it's not physical, with just intellectual, mental connection from people is like so vital, right?
Yeah.
To keep you going if you feel like you're burning out.
Totally. And then that's like, in a weird way, that's kind of what led to a bit of burnout. But I don't know, I kind of liked it. I mean, I would do crazy things like, work a full Friday, leave the station at 12:30 during high school football season after producing a high school football show, turn around, like wake up at 6, drive to Oroville to cover a Mighty Mites football game between Oroville and LP to get like little 5-year-old bobbleheads out there on the field, because some families were like, you should come cover the little Pop Warner rivalry game. And then it's like, okay, well, if I do this, then I'm luring in this group of viewers from Oroville that aren't going to be watching the competition Channel 7 during the news tonight because I'm going to be showing something that I got my ass up early to go out and cover. Yeah. But then it's like driving from Oroville to Butte College to get whatever was going on there, up to Red Bluff to get a wrestling tournament, up to Reading to get a soccer game, back down to produce the show for the early news, then over to Chico State to get the basketball that night, then to get a high school game at whatever was happening. And then at the end of the day, working like 6:30 in the morning to like 12, and then just being like so freaking exhausted, and then just like, but also being like, boom, like here's just a freaking barrage of like local stories that matter to people. And I think like I got really fired up to try and like one up it every weekend, or to just like keep going and keep trying to like, I don't know, prove what I'm doing is not only valuable to the community, but also to like, the vice president and the general manager of the network, of the station, to be like, look, like sports matters, because there's a lot of, news stations in smaller markets now that cut sports departments, like KRCR did away with their sports department.
Really?
When Lee Carroll and they still covered games, but they no longer had a sports segment during the 5 o'clock show or the 11 o'clock show. They just would like sneak in like a feature story here or there. Yeah. And it was like, oh no, what if our station thinks the same thing? We're in a small market, and a lot of small markets across the country were doing that. So it was like, I need to do something that shows that this is important.
Potential stress or psychological.
There was a little bit of that too.
That could come down.
But it also, and I've worked with an incredible colleague. Lee Carroll was so fun to work with, and just somebody who's so dialed in and so smart and so well, did such a good job at producing. So it was easy to work with him, and he gave me freedom to do what I was doing. And so that was nice. But yeah, I got into a flow of where I realized that like what I was doing wasn't important. For me, personal, I got really unselfish. It was kind of like, I need to cover this story or go to this event because this matters to this pocket of people. Right. And it was like, it became so much more than me being on TV doing something. It became like holy shit, like this matters to these people so much. Mm-hmm. And like, I kind of like tricked myself into thinking that it's more important than it maybe actually was. But
no,
I think that helped me like make a name for myself, cause it was like, I care about this stuff. Like you should care about this stuff too.
Yeah. Will help fuel you. It helped you drive through any potential burnout too. That kind of extra boost. Cool.
I don't know if that answered your question, but
no, it's great insight. What it makes me, I want to kind of compare and contrast here for a sec, and we'll get out of here eventually. With sports are. Few people will argue how important sports are. Than me. I'll go for miles on how important they are for kids. We all know that, right? Yeah. It's cliche to hear a coach talk about, like the kind of life lessons you learn in sports, how they help you grow as an adult and stuff later on in life.
Totally.
But I think I'm trying to compare like politics, right? The consequences are so vastly different. End of the day, like you lose a game, it's still like you're still actually getting a good positive life lesson out of that, right? Or like something you kind of spin it to where you go home, your kid's sad, you give them a hug. It's like still these like ultimately good family moments and life moments are created.
Yeah.
In politics, it's like people are dying, people are suffering. There's this insane unfairness or inequality, and these like things that like the stakes are like so insanely high. These are things I'm kind of like learning now and internalizing. That if you really like dive your being into it, your empathy into it, it can fucking crush you.
Yeah.
And then to see people that are like, talking about like, it's okay to murder so-and-so in boats and blah, blah, blah. Like this kind of dealing with these people every day, like it drives you fucking batty.
Yeah.
And like, so in one sense, I'm like, how does anyone like work in politics dealing with this every day?
Yeah.
And reporting on it, which is, I guess, kind of what I'm trying to do here eventually.
Yeah.
Giving analysis on it. Like, still same kind of like world. And so it's important that I'm going through these like painful fucking experiences lately where I'm literally like on the floor, like head throbbing, like in tears almost.
Yeah, damn, that sucks.
Well, it's fascinating. Like I didn't,
sure,
so yeah, just the stakes of politics are so kind of unique in a sense. We're talking about money and health and fairness and unfairness and life and death. Like it's a wild world to get into, and it's like so many of us, it kind of gives excuse for so many of us not really being political, because if you want to be, it's too brutal for a lot of people. It just can be, and that leaves alone the arguments and stuff you get in with your friends and family. This is just paying attention to
the news.
There's a thing where it's like, if you're too informed, you don't want to be. Like you're gonna go crazy.
That's where my mind goes.
So I'll end that with like, look, balance is everything in life. Whatever you want to do, you got to find a balance with his family or work or whatever it may be. So the positive is like, you have an endeavor, you hit a roadblock, you're still learning something, just like with the loss in sports. You're learning something about yourself, and okay, now I got to make some changes here moving forward, how I do this. And just with politics, it takes on these different emotions that are wild. Whereas sports, end of the day, I'll think about how I want to do the pod differently, but I'm not fucking getting a headache over it. I'm not like, I might be like, oh, shit, I need to do this or that, but it's just not so serious. As serious as you want to succeed in something like this, it's just the real world implications are just wild in politics. So,
you're right, man. That's well said.
That's my rant.
No, I like it. I had someone tell me fairly recently in regards to politics, like, well, how much that you're reading or how much
listening to, watching
is directly affecting you in your day-to-day. And it was kind of an interesting thought, because I was kind of like, okay, well, I mean, when I go to the store and buy groceries, I'd like to see groceries be a little bit cheaper. They were high under the former administration. They're still high now, in my humble opinion. It's like, okay, gas prices. Like, I don't want to pay so much for gas. I feel like we pay a lot of gas. But then it's kind of like outside of that, there's not much that's like directly affecting me. And that doesn't mean that I don't have a caring heart and don't want to see people die. I don't want to see like war happen. I don't want to see both parties like at each other's necks, and quite frankly, the decisions they make, it really does affect a lot of people. And I get that. I'm sympathetic to that. I'm empathetic to people that are struggling. Like, I'm not saying that I'm not, caring and don't want the best, and it was just kind of an interesting perspective. Like, how much does this really affect me?
I'm glad you brought that up, but that is the whole thing, though. It's like, it's kind of the American voter's problem in a sense, and I'm obviously not picking on you. No, is that it is
uninformed.
It is not just hard to break out of your immediate world, right? The stores you go to, the workplaces you go to, the places you have fun at, the roads you drive on. Anything outside of that, a lot of people don't think about. And those traditionally are more conservative. I know that you're not necessarily that.
I was a very conservative person who told me that.
Right. Yeah. And that's kind of the conservative way. Like, hey, I got to focus on my life. And doesn't mean you're evil. Like, there's some sense to that. You got to take care of you.
Sure.
You can't take care of the whole world. Like, I get that. The problem with the bleeding heart liberal or any, like the liberals, the strong kind of aggressive progressives, right, is that all they do is think about everybody that's hurting here, hurting there. Yeah. And you think about everybody that's just highway robbery here or like don't care there and that has so much. And it's like, so your whole point is to literally step outside yourself.
Yeah, it's true.
And so those are the two kind of political thinkings in a sense. It's like, and both are valid. To me, it's, in the Army, ironically, like you're taught you're only as strong as your weakest link, right? When you're going through these like courses and stuff. So when you're doing races with 10 people, it doesn't matter who finishes first. It matters who finishes together as a group. So I kind of always think that way. And it's really important to think that way. And by the way, most academics and like kind of like your smart people think that way because you got to, think about what's worse at the bottom, what's worse at the top.
Sure.
How do we fix all that? So it's a luxury just to be like, hey man, I got to take care of me.
Yeah.
But that is the crux of the divide. And
totally. And when you choose to look at it from the perspective of like, well, how much of this is directly affecting me, it comes from a place of having been agitated and frustrated over what's transpired in recent memory,
right.
That it's driven you to this point of like, I don't want to lie on the floor for 2 hours with a headache. Like I don't want to stress over all this. It's almost like a choice, certainly a choice,
right?
To like, I'm not going to read everything.
Right.
I'm not going to subject myself to all this information. I'm not going to watch Fox News or MSNBC, or I'm not going to, get into it.
And then that finally, here, we'll wrap up. This is great though. That gets down to like these questions of like, who are you as a person and what control do you even have over who you are as a person? Like we all make changes in our life as we get older. We want to improve. Sometimes we digress. But I think about this a lot though. It's like, because in my mind, it's like, there's no other way I can be. It's just who I am.
Yeah.
There's no changing it. So I either got to channel that into like more productive ways.
Yeah. So
instead of like change who I am entirely. And so, and this does have to do with how you're raised and all that stuff too, of course.
Sure.
It's the nature nurture thing too. It's like some people are just, you are the way you are and there's no change in it. Or is there? I think you're exactly right in that like you can be a person kind of at your core, but still change some of your daily habits, of course. And does that change who you are at your core? Not necessarily, but it is, it's like a self-preservation thing to make sure that you're not just taking care of yourself, but you're if you do have goals and ambitions, that you're making sure that you carry those out in the right way and you're not hurting yourself by overdoing it, getting burned out or whatever. Yeah.
And if you're passionate about politics, then really pursue that.
Right.
Like, it's you have great thoughts and, deep think about stuff and, care. And that's a great skill to have, dude. Like, that's awesome. Like, and if you're passionate about that, pursue that thing. Like, I think a Poli Sat show would be great, even if you're gonna have to continue to immerse yourself into some topics and subjects that are tough during a time like this. But you can make a difference with your thoughts and your guests and how you see the world and your observations. It's it's cool. It's a neat thing. Me, on the other hand, I'm just like, God damn all this stuff, man. I don't want to pay attention. I'd just rather go run 20 miles and like think about, a football game or think about Odyssey work or think about doing this type of video over here, over there. Like, we've got our different interests and it makes us interesting.
And in what ways are those interests distractions from something that we don't want to really address? You know what I mean?
Okay, I like it. Yeah. Some people would say you're running from something. I say I'm running towards something.
Hey, there we go. We're going to end the pod right there. Follow us on Facebook. We didn't do the little... I went to the Facebook page. It just has a lot of Chico High stuff this week, which is awesome. Josh Connerly Jr., our rookie O-lineman, has been having a great year. I pointed that out. And to answer your question, Terry McLaurin caught 3 of 8 targets for 30 yards when covered by Pat Surtain, but his final reception was an overtime touchdown. So I'll take that against Defensive Player of the Year.
Not bad.
I'll take it. Follow us on Facebook, AC Sports Podcast, YouTube, most importantly. We're getting those numbers up at AC Sports Podcast, Instagram at AC Sports Pod. Ross is at Run Ross Run. Has he hit 1,000 yet? He's got to be close, man. TikTok, Instagram. I'm at Derek Allsweet.
Tabs.
There's Allsweet Collection, AHLSWEDE Collection everywhere. Butte Film Fest this weekend. You can still go if you're in Chico and you see this probably tomorrow morning, tonight. You can go get tickets to the Butte Film Fest. I am a judge there this year. Honored to be a judge. I'll be there 2 days this weekend. I put in my picks for Best Director and Best Film. So I hope
share.
I can't divulge any of that.
You can't divulge any of that.
Look up the Butte Film Fest online for tickets.
Man, you're only as strong as your weakest link. Sports are the best. Every day is a Super Bowl in politics. That's why it's so stressful.
Yeah.
You know? I love the parallels between, I don't know. I'm not knowledgeable enough to say this, but potentially you talk teams in the Army. I like the parallels between, that specific thought. You're only as good as your weakest link in sports.
It's true.
We're a team out there.
It's true.
We're a team out there, and we're getting down to the stretch run of football, and that's exciting.
All right. Have a great weekend. Oh, you got the weird one. You pulled up the wrong. I pulled that one up too, and I moved on from it.
Good. I should too.
Great week 14. We got 5 more weeks of regular season football ahead of us. This season is far from over, my friend. Then
dude,
playoffs,
we're just getting started, right? This is crazy.
We got like 9 episodes to go. Let's rip them off. AC Sports.
Peace.
We out.